Paul is coming to town. That matters because it's a global brand that brings with it baked goods from France. The family-owned French chain of bakery cafes, now represented in more than 40 countries, it's being brought into South Africa by famous brands. There's been an influx of global food brands. This makes the fight for South African taste buds even more interesting. Famous Brands' arrival brought Dominos pizzas to South Africa last year, and Taste will be rolling out Starbucks next year. Paul will stand next to Europa, Wimpy, Mugg and Debonairs pizza in the Famous Brand fold. Well, to discuss, we're joined by the Group CEO of Famous Brands, Kevin Hedderwick. Thank you for joining us on the line, Kevin. I think I know the answer because I have a very sweet tooth, but why did you choose Paul?
Good evening, Francis. I mean, not just for the sweet tooth, though. But it's a nice compliment. It's a wonderful brand, 5-generation family business, and done well across the globe. It is a brand too that talks to the top-end consumer in the South African food service environment, and in terms of our deliberate strategy to fortify our presence in that part of the market, I think Paul is a perfect fit.
So this basically proves that people at the high end, your higher income earners, still have cash to spend.
Yeah, we certainly see that in terms of, if you look at the repertoire of our other brands, which are a little bit more further up the LSM scale, businesses like Mugg and Bean, Volvatello and Tashes, it does certainly seem to indicate that those consumers are not feeling the pinch to the same extent that mainstream middle-income South Africans are.
How does this differ from bakeries we've got from Fornos, from Mugg and Bean? You can go and sit down. What's different about Paul? Is it more of a cafe, more of a bakery? Just give us more detail.
It's a combination of both. I think it's got a baking component on it, but the takeaway component part of the baking operation is not significant. It has spread itself into a fully fledged restaurant, so there's a full menu. Particularly when you talk about the first flagship store that we're required to put down in the ground, about 300 square meters. It is unashamedly French and France by design, so there's nothing quite like it in South Africa, and I'm sure that it's going to differentiate itself significantly from the competitive landscape that's out there right now.
Kevin, you say unashamedly French. Apparently a lot of the ingredients, things will come from France. Is that correct? And is that justified? Can't we make a good pain au chocolat here?
I think if you speak to the people at Paul International, they'll tell you that we don't do a bad job, but they always think they can do it much better than we can. However, having said that, not everything will come from France. There are certainly some products that they are absolutely, they believe are sacrosanct. Things like baguettes and also and croissant. So we'll be bringing flour in from France because it's to their recipe. We'll also be bringing in some frozen product from France, which is what they insist on. But notwithstanding that, there'll be a significant portion of the offering which will be sourced and manufactured locally.
All right, you say this flagship store coming in finality. Where will that be? When will it open? When will we see many more of these?
We plan to open our first store probably end of July, early August, and because we're a Johannesburg-based company, we want to be close to the market. So we've started to have a look in the areas of Sandton, Hyde Park, Melrose Arch, Rosebank, Nickelway, those type of markets where the upper-end consumer tends to shop and live.
This won't help me with my problem, too tempting, and I live in Northern Joburg, but thank you for your time. That was Kevin Hedderwick from Famous Brands. Now it was